There is kindness in you, a willingness to give, to extend a hand, to lift others when they fall. It's what makes you human. It's what makes you beautiful. But there is a painful truth, one that too many learn too late. Not everyone deserves your help. Some people are drowning, and when you reach for them, they pull you under too. And some people, no matter how much you do for them, will never change, never grow, and never stop taking. This is for you, the one who gives, the one who feels, the one who aches for the suffering of others. Let's talk about the people who should not be helped, not because you lack compassion, but because helping them means losing yourself. Manipulators wear kindness like a mask, but it is not real. They know how to make you feel needed, how to wrap their words around your heart like a chain. They use guilt like a tool, their eyes pleading, their voices soft, their stories tragic. They tell you that you are their only hope, that without you, they will fall apart. And you believe them. You stay up late taking their calls. You sacrifice your own well-being to carry their burdens. You give, and you give, and you give, until you are empty. But here is the truth. They never needed saving. They only needed control. A manipulator does not want your help. They want your obedience. They want to know that they can push you past your limits and still, you will stay, walk away. Because the more you give, the more they take. And one day, you will wake up and realize that you are the one drowning while they move on to their next victim. They speak with certainty, their voice is strong, their words dripping with sincerity. They tell you their pain, their needs, their struggles. They recount their hardships with such vividness, such raw emotion, that you feel their sorrow as if it were your own. They look you in the eyes, their gaze unwavering, and swear they have no one else to turn to. And you, with your open heart, believe them. You listen, you offer a hand, you sacrifice time and resources, thinking you are making a difference in their life. But something doesn't feel right, does it? You notice contradictions, inconsistencies, tiny fractures in their story that don't quite align. You question them gently, but they have an answer ready. A new twist to their tale that makes you doubt your own memory. And when you hesitate, when you start piecing the puzzle together, they grow defensive. They say you don't understand. They say you're judging them unfairly. And just like that, you silence your doubts, convincing yourself that maybe you misheard, maybe you misunderstood. But then it happens again and again. Liars take advantage of your trust. Do not help them, because a liar does not seek help. They seek an audience. They do not want solutions. They want enablers. They do not need support. They need someone to manipulate. And the more you give, the more they weave you into their falsehoods, until you no longer know what is real and what is not. Until you find yourself second-guessing everything they've told you, everything you've done for them. Until your kindness has been drained, leaving you empty, used, and discarded. Save yourself before you drown in their deception. Let them go. They do not ask for help. They demand it. They believe the world owes them, that you owe them, that their problems should become your problems simply because they exist. They never say thank you, never appreciate the effort, never acknowledge the sacrifices you make for them, because in their mind, you are not doing them a favor. You are merely fulfilling your duty. And if you say no, if you set a boundary, they lash out, not with reason, not with understanding, but with fury, cold, calculated, or seething with emotion. The moment you set a boundary, the moment you dare to say no, their mask begins to slip. They call you selfish, heartless, unkind. And if guilt doesn't work, they turn to blame. You've changed. You don't care about me. It doesn't matter how much you have already given. In their eyes, it will never be enough. Because they do not see your kindness as a gift. They see it as a debt that must always be repaid in their favor. But listen closely. You are not cruel for saying no. You are not heartless for choosing yourself. You are simply refusing to be used, because true kindness is given freely, not taken by force. Let them paint you as the villain. Better to be the villain in their story than a prisoner in their game. They do not seek solutions. They seek the spotlight. No matter what happens, their pain is always the worst. Their struggles are always the most tragic. Their burdens are always the heaviest. And when you try to help, when you offer real solutions, real support, real guidance, they dismiss it. Because they don't want solutions, they want sympathy. They live in a world where they must always be seen, always be pitied, always be at the center of concern. They thrive on the attention, feeding off the energy of those who care too much. But the moment you stop giving them what they crave, they find someone else, someone new to exhaust, someone new to manipulate with their never-ending sorrow. Help them once, and you will be trapped in their cycle, a cycle that never ends, because they do not want to heal. They only want to be seen as broken. Not everyone who suffers wants to be saved. Some wear their suffering like armor, like identity. They blame the world for their misfortunes, blame their past, their circumstances, their upbringing, their failures, and they never take responsibility. To them, nothing is ever their fault. They do not want solutions, they want excuses. And so, you pour yourself into them, trying to lift them, trying to change them, trying to show them that life can be different. And yet, nothing changes, because they do not want change. They only want the comfort of being the victim. Helping them is like trying to fill a glass with a hole at the bottom. No matter how much you pour in, it will never be enough. Their words are heavy with bitterness. Their conversations are poisoned with negativity. No matter how much light exists, they will always find the darkness. They complain about their job, their relationships, their luck, their life. But when you offer solutions, they dismiss them. They say, "It's not that simple. You don't understand. Nothing ever works for me." And so, you listen. You absorb their negativity. You become a vessel for their misery, until one day you realize that their problems have become your problems. Their exhaustion has become your exhaustion. Complainers do not want help. They want a dumping ground for their unhappiness. And if you allow it, they will drain you. Not everyone deserves your help. And that does not make you cruel. It does not make you unkind. It makes you wise. Because there is a difference between helping someone who is struggling and allowing yourself to be used by someone who refuses to change. Help those who want to grow. Help those who take responsibility. Help those who are willing to meet you halfway. But do not lose yourself in the process. You are not responsible for saving people who do not want to be saved. You are not a lifeboat for those who would rather sink. There is strength in kindness, but there is also strength in walking away.